I don't know, showcase, or I don't even know. You know, there's like movie things. Like, what's the thing called? Bounce.
Okay.
A Bounce Cinema.
Yeah.
Like that.
Run
or
by
like,
Matthew.
or the female one. Why am I?
Black Femme Club.
Black Femme. I
So,
did
like,
know
Black
that.
Femme Noir is like one of those.
That like that. So,
Yeah.
but like for entrepreneurs, but then in different industries. So there's so many music, like up and coming movies like that, and then there's like a chef one, and then there's like normal business or like finance. It's like, okay, not only have that, but then also have people in the industry who are killing it, and then have like a talk about it after, and then like talk about real life and what you saw as well, and then kind of have like a space to be entertained but also still be inspired. I've just always wanted to do that.
I mean, at some point you got to do it.
I know. I'm like, would that even work? But like, I feel like it'd bang because I don't know. Everyone has their like favorite movie that like one like that pushed them to be an entrepreneur.
Well, and what's your favorite movie that pushed you to be an entrepreneur?
I can't say favorite movies. I can't say like this is my favorite because I've just seen so many and they're just too good. But like I do like top fives, top tens. But like, what Nightcrawler had to be one. That was ridiculous, and that kind of also fed into my whole psycho theory.
Yeah.
Like my whole psycho thesis. What else? The Founder. In terms of systemization, just watching the story about McDonald's was like it was so sick. There's other ones I haven't checked out, like Joy or Chef. But another one that's actually really cool is called The Intern. It has like Robert De Niro and Anne Hathaway in it. Oh, you seen it? Yeah. Oh my days. I love that film. It's kind of scary as a woman being successful and seeing that man being emasculated. You know, that was a bit. Oh, and that's like something that's in the back of my mind. Not for me personally, but just successful women in general. Like, can you actually be successful and have it all?
Well, can you?
I believe I can. Okay. But like general consensus, like for people in straight relationships, can a man be okay if a woman is more successful than you?
It's becoming more normal now. Like, for example, an example that I like to look at the moment, just from what we see externally, but to be honest, the man is building quite quickly, is the YouTuber Jackie Ania.
Oh, yeah.
So her partner, he's more behind the scenes.
Yeah.
She's like,
yeah.
But, you know, he makes the content happen. He's also got a clothing business, but she's always looked like she's been chopping money. Similar as well, Patricia Brian, her partner.
Yeah.
She's like big breadwinner, but then they build economics together and they purchase property and do stuff together.
Yeah.
So it can be done.
Yeah.
And it's being shown.
Yeah, I heard that. But yeah, those are some of my faves, some to check out. Pursuit of Happiness, just come on, man. That's just a common underdog story like that pulled in the heartstrings, man. Woo!
Do you reckon underdog is a mentality and attitude that you kind of relate to? Like, if you had to pick traits, like words that you had some affinity to, because the word underdog is a word that I've been really thinking about as I've been closing the year and thinking about 2021, because you can get championship level when you can do dope stuff, but I always create new challenges, always create new businesses, all new side hustles, and I'm always the underdog. You know, there's always doubts. There's always other people that count me out, or I count myself out. You know.
Yeah.
What come some words that you might relate with?
Yeah, I definitely would say I'm an underdog, or I was considered an underdog, just because like I don't think anyone expected this of me. Like in the past, people have been like crapping on me a little bit. Like when I've just been sharing my thoughts and my feelings on Twitter, and people have been like, I don't really think you know what you're talking about, or you might be a bit too young to be talking. Why are you telling people how to live their lives? And I'm like, I'm not, but to be honest, these tweets are for me. Yeah. I don't know about you, but they're for me. And I'm just writing them in a way that it looks like it's for you, but it's actually for me to look back and be like, yeah, I'm okay, grip. And then now, like where I'm at, I know there's just so many people like, wow, I can't believe she actually was like, bro, like, I can't believe she actually could do that. And to be honest, did I know? Well, yeah, but I also didn't know as well. Like, I'm shocked as I am about this. So I'd definitely say underdog, but also just in the clouds. Like, I'm hella in the clouds. Like, my thought process. I've been speaking to like some of my entrepreneurial friends recently, and they're like, the way your mind works is so weird. And this is why I relate to you so much, BJ, because literally, as we're on walking here, you're just like, oh, we could do this and do that. I'm just like, this is me all the time. I'm always coming up with just random ass stuff, but I just never do it. This is always a thought.
Yeah.
But my head is always like piecing this together and like watching this weird thing. Like I spent like 4 hours watching videos on rain and dirt to come up with my names of some of my products.
Yeah.
Like I literally watched dirt and I needed to know like
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
What did you Google?
I was just like, what is the purpose of soil? And then how does soil like work in like ecosystem? How does it help fuel the earth? And it literally gives life to everything. And I was like, okay, cool. And moisture and then all the herbs. And I was like, yes, this makes sense. Because I'm not going to just call it soil and it be soil. It's like, if you know why this is called soil, then you know. But like, I am so in depth with everything. Yeah. Yes, I'm so Niki like that.
Niki is a good choice of word. I think it could also be called obsession. It could also be called, perfectionism. But it's just attention to detail. So important. So important. The times that I'm doing stuff and I'm not putting attention to detail, it doesn't bang. It doesn't connect. But those little things that I get Niki about, those are the things that make the thing special.
Yeah. No, I hear that.
Yeah. But anyways, hey guys. Welcome to another episode of the Business Building Podcast. I'm your host, BJ Malenga, side hustler who builds businesses and works with other entrepreneurs. Today, I have an awesome individual who I have been stalking online for the last couple of months. But that stalking has turned into a friendship. And when I say the word stalking, it's more being amazed with someone's complete determination to not be counted out. This year, 2020, has been a massive year where some people have lost their career paths, and everyone has reacted in different ways. I've been very inspired by individuals who go out their way to put a stamp on who they want to be in the world and put the impact just down and are consistent. Ama represents that. She also represents the ability to be agile and to know when to change. I'm looking forward to her sharing her story, but also getting into the mindset. Ama, welcome.
Hey guys, it's Ama here. Oh my gosh, I always say that. Like, it's Ama here. Like, I'm on my own podcast. No. It's just Ama. Hey guys. I'm the founder of Planted, also known as This Is Planted on Instagram and thisisplanted.com. Yeah, I made that. Yeah, we sell wellness stuff.
Dope. So we've obviously been friends for the last couple of months, sharing tips, resources, videos. Prior to you even going, like, you were actually consuming some stuff I was putting out because you've been in my newsletter for a while. So I wanted to kind of understand, when did you kind of shift your mindset to become an entrepreneur? Was this something you'd always done from outside uni, or is entrepreneurship something that is very much something that has been added into your career path recently?
So I didn't grow up as like an entrepreneur. I didn't sell anything as a kid. I just looked at everyone. I was like, you lot got time? I don't. So I will buy what you're selling, but I will not sell it myself. However, I did have can I say entrepreneurs? But like my sister from young, she's been doing her own thing. She's 10 years older than me. So I've seen it, but like not really. And also in the recent years, I found out that my mum had a business back in Ghana, which that could have helped, speed this process up a little bit. But like I literally found this out like 2 years ago. Wow. So what a mess. I was already on the way. But I only really discovered entrepreneurship, or like had like a gut feeling to get into the game around the end of 2017, basically 2017. I had a conversation with my brother, and basically we're just like, it's a new year, you just like, you just edit your life and you're like, what is going on here? I was in a degree, 4-year degree for psychology in Coventry University. I hated it. Like, I just hated it. I love psychology as a subject, but I hated everything to do with like the degree itself, just learning sports psychology. Why? Sorry, whoever He's a sports psychologist. I'm so sorry. And I love sport as well, but just not the two. They don't go together for me. I just felt like it was a waste of time. And I feel like my career path was, I was supposed to be a psychiatrist. That was actually the goal. Like I was going to be a doctor. And I was like, why do I want to do this?
Yeah.
So like I really challenged my thoughts for the first time in my life. And I was like, oh, I actually want to do this. And then my brother introduced me to Rich Dad Poor Dad. I know some of you lot hate that book, but personally it changed my life.
Yeah, changed my life too.
Changed my life.
Yeah.
It just illustrated how programmed I was in this, like, you go to school and then you do this and you get a career and then you kind of live an okay life and then that's it. But I always had a like inkling, like I want to have more. Like even when I used to say, oh, I'm going to be a psychiatrist, like I'd say, oh, but I want to own the practice.
Yeah.
I was like, why did I say that? Like, why did I say that? I don't know why I said that. I had no motivation to say that, but I always would say something like ownership. I feel like ownership was like something in me, but I didn't know how to get it out, you know? And he was like, mate, so you're going to get a job, you're going to get married, you're going to live in this, you're always going to be just over broke. And then what? You're really going to, I was like, yeah, that doesn't sound really great. So I was like, okay, well, I hate this. Let's see what I can do. And in the book, it talks about the 4 different ways you can become wealthy. Yeah. And business just like, okay, business looks cool. And it's a fast track. Obviously, investment takes years to really be wealthy from. But if you want cash flow, and he's obviously chiming on cash flow, that's really what helps you to then invest, but then also to get more cash. I was like, okay, business. What kind of business? Don't know, but potentially marketing is going to be important. Why did that come in my head? I don't know. And then I was like, marketing is a business because people sell marketing services, and I decided I wanted to become a marketer. But I had no skills. So that didn't last.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I basically become a freelancer before having any skills and selling to who? Don't know.
I know.
That was in my last year of uni. And then I started helping out, she wasn't a friend, but it was a clothing brand. So I was helping out my friend. He had a clothing brand, and I was kind of like helping him out, coming up with concepts and stuff. I was watching like Gary Vee and stuff, and I was like trying to get something. And I helped him out, came up with like a really decent idea, and it helped him. And then I worked with another clothing brand in my final year of uni. And that was like doing decent. I was like, okay, I might have something, a little bit of a skill. And then out of uni, did freelancing for wellness brands and some financial brands. But that didn't really bang that much. Like some of them banged, but then some of them didn't. And I was like, this skill of mine, I don't really know. But and then now we're here, and it's like, okay, so I had the skill along. It was just in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah, that is okay as well. Yeah.
Because we kind of like come from a generation where it's like, oh, you want everything to happen fast. You want everything to happen now. I know this is stuff that you already know and you talk about often, but it's just that journey. Even though you didn't have the skills, just you putting yourself out there, you be willing to fail, you spending them hours like doing the work, your skills get developed that way. It's not always, going to do a marketing degree. That's like one of the biggest failures I've ever known about education. You having to do you can't do a job until you do a degree in it. It's about work experience, like real life work experience.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that there are a couple of clients you might have had who still talk highly of you, and that comes from doing the work. And there might be others that might not, but that's okay as well because it's the journey.
Yeah.
And now you're a business owner, you can obviously bring all of that stuff you brought into place with your own thing, and that's powerful. So I like that. So learning on the job. I brought some of your products. I know there's one missing.
Yeah, roots ain't here.
Before we go into like 2020 and what kind of year it's been, just talk me through what products you sell. I'm a customer. I'm a fan. So walk us through some of the products I got on the table. Obviously pick it up and show it to the camera.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna not break anything. So this right here, people, this is Inches. This is the flagship. This is the thing that people want all the time.
The hair crack, you call
this
it.
is the hair crack, basically. So basically, this is an Ayurvedic blend of herbs and carrier oils and essential oils, basically to strengthen your hair, help it grow, but also mostly repair any damage that's been happening. So there's certain things like, brimraj, amla, just so many different herbs in here that literally help your hair so much and feed it some good nutrients, antioxidants, as well as literally helping to repair your damaged hair follicles. So for this also helps with like alopecia, people with male pattern baldness or balding, as well as people that just haven't got the beard to stroke. If you ain't got the beard to stroke, this is something for you. You know what I'm saying? Also, the edges to slick back, if you ain't got those, it's two. This too shall make that happen. So inches is the thing to grab, most definitely. Drizzle. Now, do you know what? Yeah, drizzle's actually my favorite. Let me not lie.
I spray all the time.
It smells so good. Thanks, Ama. But also, I didn't know how important it was, and now I know. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Like our hair, just like ourselves, we live off of hydration, and it's so funny how like our bodies need water, but we forget that our hair needs water too, which is why this is like 75-80%. No, it's like 90% water, basically. Yeah, so this is like filled with just really simple ingredients, but like together, powerful stuff. Aloe vera, again, this also really helps with repairing hair and generating new hair follicles as well, generating new cells, but also just helps you to hydrate when you have any protective styles, or if you are looking to fill up that beard and that hairline. Everybody. Okay?
Drizzle.
I don't know. I think I just love all my products. Do you know what I mean? Soil, yeah, it smells so good. Like, oh my God. And the texture is just mad. Like, it literally melts in your hand and it melts it wherever you put it. I don't know if you put it in your hair, your beard, whatever. Like, it just melts and it's just so nice. But this is more of like a growth and a volume situation here. Like, this really helps with volume. Again, when it comes to like thinning and stuff, like this really is good for that. It has a lot of the same herbs as inches. However, there's a secret herb called shebe in here that helps with the length. The Chadian women put me onto that. So yeah, shebe is in here and it really helps with volume and length. And Roots, unfortunately, couldn't be here today. Off to doctors, but Roots is for scalp repair, like resetting your scalp. Ultimately, your scalp is where your hair grows, and that is literally the birth of your hair. It needs to be taken care of. If it isn't, you're just not going to get the hair growth that you want, or just the hair health that you want. So any flakes, any dandruff, anything like that, as well as like any irritation, it will actually really help with that. But not only that, it will also help with your beard irritation. And it's really nice. It's just really nice treatment, really. Yeah, those are the products, man.
So that's where you're at in December 2020.
Yeah.
But none of these products existed this time last year.
No.
Or even in February.
No, not even in March.
So, look, the products sound amazing. I'm obviously a customer. I'm enjoying it. The reviews have been really awesome. I want to unpack the process you go through when it comes to product development.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
What's the journey been like? So I know Inches was the first product.
Yeah.
It was something that was personal to you. You needed it. You wanted it.
Yeah.
People asked you for it, and that's how it started. But how have you approached developing products, especially for those people who are listening that, maybe a similar age to us, like mid-20s, and looking to make products?
So I always go from...
In addition, you also never said in your CV that you went to skincare school or formulation school.
No, I didn't go to the formulation school.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So like, I definitely went to the school of YouTube and the school of Google. They are free, just letting you know. I just looked at the chemists and the formulators there, like the cosmetics formulators that are just filming their stuff for fun on YouTube. I was just watching them like a hawk. There's specific ones because I know there's some people that are just like, yeah, this is really homemade. No, I watch the ones that are like, yeah, so this is the amount of preservative that you put in, and then this is the. I'm not gonna go into the the jargon, but yeah, I was watching them because I need to know the experts. Okay, but I approach it from a problem standpoint, and that's where the whole brand stands for because. I've been participating. A lot of us have been participating in wellness for a while, especially in our adult lives, where we actually have the coin to buy stuff for ourselves. But it seems as if a lot of people have been, like a lot of brands have been putting aesthetics over solving problems. But wellness is a huge problem to solve in many areas of our bodies, and our lives. And I just wanted to be the one to just go straight to what people want, you know? Like, I'm just hearing people always yagging on about what hair growth oils do I need, and black castor oil ain't doing anything. And honestly, I also fell into the black castor oil, I don't even know, the deep hole, just trying to think that, yeah, that was going to do it for me. And then doing the research and realizing black castor oil alone can't do anything because it's so thick, can't even penetrate your hair strands. So pair it with something else so that it can actually activate the product. So just a tip there, if you're gonna even do remixes of your own oils, like, just don't use it on its own. So then I was just doing some market research online, but then also just like within my personal network, and just trying to see what problems were about. Okay, everyone's always talking about dryness. Okay, and obviously dryness leads to another thing. So it's not just like it's my hair's dry or my beard is dry. It's like it's dry, so it falls off, and it's like, oh, that's not good. Oh, it's dry, so there's a bunch of breakage. I don't have a routine. Why? Because there's so many products on the market, and choice is really killing us. Okay, there's that, and then just so many people having alopecia didn't realize. Like, so many people have alopecia, so many guys, especially in their 20s, have receding hairlines and also bald spots. And the funny thing is, they don't even know why, but the very thing that they love the most, testosterone, is the thing that's killing their hairline.
Wow.
This is, again, the research that I did. So basically, you guys have a hormone. There's hormones called DHT and testosterone, and too much of it just instantly triggers like rapid hair loss.
And what's too much of it come from?
It can come from a lot of things. It could come from like protein powders and stuff like that. Just like too much of, I can't say the specifics because there's probably a lot of areas, or it's just naturally induced because you might be allergic to something. So I can't remember the thing, but it's like if you're allergic to this thing, then you create DHT. DHT is the thing that licks off your hairline. So it's like, okay, you don't even realize like testosterone is actually working against you. That's hilarious. So we actually have like 2 specific ingredients in inches, black seed powder and pumpkin seed oil, that are natural DHT blockers, which is why it's been helping male pattern baldness. Exactly. So I go and I research the hell out of what are these problems. And I didn't necessarily intend inches to be such a multifaceted like product, but I'm really glad it is. And I know a lot of people say niche down, but I am niche, but just not in the problems I solve or will solve in the future. It's more of like how I'm doing it. So I'm using specific ingredients from these 2 areas, Asia, Africa, and that's my niche to solve wellness problems, you know? So I approach it from the problem standpoint. Then I look at specific ingredients that aren't necessarily as accessible on the market, see how they blend together, see how they complement each other. And then bish bash bosh, we'll see how it goes. And then, you know, no one's hair fallen out yet, so you know.
Quite unique pattern you go through there. And you've probably taken that process, for all of
every
the products
time,
and any future stuff you got coming out. It just is exciting. That's cool. So like lesson there for everyone is like really define that problem you're looking for, and don't just settle on the first thing you do and think that's one solution. Be excited to kind of mix stuff and come up with your own creations and make sure that it works.
And also look at your competitors, because I also went back on the market, so I didn't realize how popular it would be, especially inches, because that was the first thing. I didn't know how popular it was. I didn't know there was a market, and I don't know why I didn't realize, because I was I was the market. Like I was looking for something to buy, but I also had the time to be the chemist. Like I had the time, but usually, but yeah, I haven't been historically a person of convenience. Like I don't, I walk to the train station. I wouldn't take a taxi. Like that's me. But like a lot of people are people who like,
I get a cab.
yeah,
or like
yeah, exactly.
bus,
That's your money language.
yeah.
That's what I like to say.
I'll ride a bike actually sometimes.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I have the time to tinker, but I've never tinkered before. So it's so weird. It was so weird how this came about. But I looked at my competitors and I said, okay, so what's your ingredients? Is that it? Really? Let's 5 up you. Let's 10 up you. Like let's 15 up you. Like, okay, this is basic. And it's not an insult. It's just like we could do better.
Yeah.
And then that's when I went really deep into, okay, what else can I put in here? Like even right now, I swear I could put like another 15 things in inches right now. But self-control.
where have you learned that self-control from? Because obviously we're all in the business of trying to make the best thing available on the market, right?
Yeah.
And if something's working, don't mess with it.
Yeah.
Like for people again listening who they're getting into product, they're getting their hands dirty, they're hand making stuff. What process do you go through to make sure that you don't overdo it?
Do you know what? Yeah, I had to just denounce my ego and my perfectionism. Like, I really did. Like, it was because I was that girl. Like, I really was that girl. And, like, even if you look at this packaging, like, if you think I'm happy with this, I'm absolutely not. These bottles, absolutely not. It was just like, do you know what? Let's really go back to a book that I read a long time ago called The Lean Startup. Let's
MVP.
really go there and, okay, do you know what? Let's really see what we could do. The bare minimum. That doesn't mean lacking quality because the ingredients and the product was going to be lit. Packaging might not be there. I might not have the little cute, white paper and all of this stuff. I might not have it. But the product itself, how can I put as much power into that? Yeah. So I shifted my focus of perfectionism. But then I also had to say, like, do you know what? It's working. It's all right. Like, it's okay. Because guess what? The more you buy, the more the cost of this, making it is going to rise and the less margins you have. So, like, get a grip. Yeah. I just had to cut it off.
Yeah.
So now I've even been living in just like, get a grip. But also, which is why I'm excited for this period of my life because, okay, I get to be a perfectionism. I get to be a perfectionist for a little bit as I rebrand and as I change things around with the brand.
Yeah. And
then I'll go back to, okay, I'm going to get a grip. Like, this is
sure.
it for now. And then,
it's a mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
but
that.
I'm someone who gets bored really easy.
I can relate.
So bored. Like, I was like bored of inches like 10 months ago and it didn't even happen. It wasn't even around it. Like,
wow.
Like, yeah, because that's what I'm saying. I was thinking of other things to put in it. Like, I remember even pushing it out on Twitter. Like, should I put more stuff in inches, guys? Like, I was just so like ready to, because I know there's other things I could to make certain areas of not my claims, but the things that I help with more amplified, especially like the repair side.
Yeah.
I had a few ideas, but again, send to yourself, Ama. Send to yourself.
So what would you say that this has been like a key part to your success?
Yeah, because what I've realized, I'm looking at everyone, and specifically in the UK, because the US, I'm seeing people not even care about the things I'm caring about, and they make more money than me, and they help more people than I do. And ultimately, this is a mission. Like, if you have a purpose-led brand, which you should, I believe that's how people generally get successful anyway, you should be focused on the mission. So I had to denounce that perfectionism because that was selfish. That wasn't good. That wasn't good selfishness. Like, because you want a different label and bottle, someone who really needs inches still has to live with that. Alopecia because of that. Really, am I like?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I see a lot of people focusing on the wrong things, like the wrong things, and then try and play it off like, oh, but like
it's premium. This is great.
I get it, and the thing is, I
Looks
get it.
good,
It's fine. No,
but does
it's
it work?
fine. It's like, first and foremost, does it work? But there's nothing wrong with premium. But like, okay, does it have to be like that as soon as it comes out, because what if it looks like that and no one bought from you for a whole year?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be pissed off that you focused on the wrong thing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I focused on two things: product, marketing. That was it. Put in the bare minimum box and the fam, just don't make it break. You know what I mean? Like, and just shove it out there. Like, my perfectionist side was like, oh, this is killing me. Like, we need like something cute, like a nice box, illustrations or whatever. But like, the logic was like, get the product out there because people need it. And you know what? Yeah, my customers don't even care, bruv. It was funny. They don't even care.
I
Like,
just want the product.
they're like, I just
want more stuff in there.
It's just like, I just need it. Like, I hate the inches labels. Oh my gosh, guys, I got inches. Like, I got inches. Like, so mad. Like, so mad. But like, see, so it doesn't even matter. I'm focused on the service. I'm focusing on serving. This is why I'm here.
Yeah.
So that is what I'm mainly focusing on.
So I haven't told the audience yet, like, just what successes look like so far. But if you didn't know, Ama's done 101k in 5 months.
Well, we've done more now.
Yeah, and then she did 30k on Black Friday, and then I think you matched it last week. Or
Just about. So
just
we're on
about.
like 127 now.
Boom.
5 months. Yeah.
So and this has literally blown up and been a steady rise. You can't buy the product anytime. You can go on a site maybe right now. I don't know when you're listening to it, but you might not be able to buy it. The product only comes available when she announces a sale. And you were made redundant in February.
Yeah. End of February, yeah.
End of February. So it's been a journey. Like, it's exciting to see where you're going to get to in a year. So it's quite interesting to understand, how you're approaching the MVP model, because I personally believe, even thinking about my own journey and things I've created, when you put yourself out there, you put whatever you're creating out there, it creates momentum and it creates its own legs of itself. Oftentimes, the stuff that I spend too many months working on for just in my own head just doesn't work because no one's connecting with it. You're not building anything that's solving a problem.
Yeah.
So
people like the journey too. Like,
yeah, for real.
some people are like, oh my gosh, I was following you since 500 followers. Like, I was your 500th follower and now you're on 6,000. Like, whoa, I have seen this grow. Not only just that, like the follower count grow, the content grow, like from the, because I've also been learning so many different things as well. Okay, so how can we bring the vision into the visual branding, the visual storytelling? If you can't find content like ours, you just can't, because we've had to make it up, especially like the nature pics. Like, there was no one to copy, there was no one to mood board off of. Like, we were mood boarding off of like a water company, and it was just rough. Like, we just had to look at things, go to weird locations, just take pictures and figure it out.
You said we a few times. Obviously, time. But as we know, success has many fathers, and there's loads of different people who help on the journey.
Yeah.
Have you built a team? How has it been working in freelancers or like bringing in family? Is this like a family thing? Like, take us through that journey, because again, there might be people who are listening and being like, "Whoa, 5 months, 100k, 127k." That's a lot of fulfilling. That's a lot of manufacturing. That's a lot of sorting out, dealing with complaints, dealing with missing orders. There's so much to unpack in that. How have you gone about, keeping a lean team, or do you have a big team on salary? Like, what's the story on that side?
The team is and then I have my freelance graphic designer who's based out in Ghana. She's killing it. Shout out to KHC, because she literally saves me every single day. And
she done the labels as well, yeah?
Yeah, she done the labels, man. She done the labels. She's done the thank you cards. She's now doing
the logo.
Yeah, she did the logo. Like, she has been from day, from Zay. Found her on Twitter, so I was just like, I love Twitter for that. I have one of my close friends. He's now my close friend, but before we just knew each other off of something else. Dan, who helps me out with the visual branding. He's my photographer. And then I have someone helping me out with customer service, but I'm going to need someone permanent. soon because boy, I cannot be used. Yeah. Customer service is getting just mad right now. Everyone's just like, when does it come back? What do I need? I'm just like, so we have to sort that out. I make everything myself. Everything myself. I make everything myself. I have my little helper, my child, Dorcas. She helps me out.
You have a child?
I'm just kidding. I call her my child. I don't know what it is, but I'll call her like my little sister. She's not my little sister. I'm the youngest in my family, but she's like my little sister from church.
Yeah.
Basically, years ago, I promised her like I was gonna make it big, and I was like, I'm gonna bring you in.
Yeah.
And this was my opportunity, and it was so weird that actually happened. I was like, that was like serendipitous moment. So she's been helping me out every now and again. She's actually in uni right now, so she's been coming down to help me, like let's say label or prep the stock, that kind of thing for restocks. Every now and again, I've had a little bit of help from other people. My mom likes to come in and help every now and again. My mom just and I really appreciate her for that. But most of the time it's like me. Yeah. But now it's getting to the point where it can't be me no more.
Okay.
Just me, hella lean.
What are your thoughts on people who like wait until they have a team and find a co-founder and to get cracking? Like, you've obviously taken a different approach, but you're leaning on the support of people who generally want to help, and you're paying like really, really dope people to do really specific things for you. Come help me do visual branding. Yeah. Come help me do graphics. I'm sure it's not for free, Yeah,
no. I'm definitely paying them. And no discounts either because I'm paying you what you're worth.
It's a pandemic.
Do you know what I mean? Exactly. It's panoramic, so you got to get the coins. But honestly, if you have the privilege to, boy, come on now. Like I know one of my favorite entrepreneurs, Grace Beverly. She started off her newest venture, Tala, with a team, and she was like, I wish I hired sooner, bruv. She was like, now she's like flying out roles all over the gaff, hiring all out. And it makes sense. But I know I can be leaner.
Yeah.
I know I can be leaner. But now it's like, okay, I have to think about it because this is a part of entrepreneurship I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And I can humbly say that.
What's your question then?
Huh?
What's your question?
To you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Okay, so like...
What questions are you asking yourself? Because I may not give you the right answer. I'll give you my perspective.
No, I hear you.
But someone in the audience might,
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, so right now, something that's been on my head has been outsourcing fulfillment because we still have capacity to make it myself or just to have one extra person helping. Let's say putting stuff in jars, filling up bottles. But also there's certain machines I haven't even got yet, which could make me making it just like...
How much do these machines cost?
Maybe £200, which is not a lot at all. Like,
but
I know, but like...
MVP, you don't want to spend it yet.
No, not even that. But like, I don't have the space yet. But I'm about to have the space because... not warehouse yet, but I basically have like a temporary storage situation happening at my house. So like in the garden, we've got like a massive shed coming now, which is going to be like temperature proofed and waterproofed and all that.
Yeah.
So I could actually store a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
Just for now.
Yeah.
Maybe in a couple months I'm out, and I've already said that like openly. I was like, okay, mum, you can keep all your crap and be a hoarder.
Yeah.
In there, basically, it's a big shed though. Let me not even lie.
Yeah.
But yeah, for outsourcing fulfillment, that's been a thing for me, and then also just. It's been more on the logistics side. Let me not even lie because, maybe another person kind of scheduling content. Yeah, someone scheduling content, and then someone handling customer service. It's more on the fulfillment side and logistics side, man. Like, let's say sourcing better ingredients for cheaper.
Yeah.
Or potentially going to the source and cutting out the middleman and going straight to like people who make like castor oil from wherever in the world, like straight there and getting it from, because I can't lie, I want to get to the point where I'm actually getting all my ingredients from the source, because it means first and foremost middleman cut out, but also there's a history to it now. There's actually, it's tangible now, like it's not just it's from this random company that like white label this oil. It's like No, it's from here. And you can say like, oh, this is, olive oil from Italy and this is olive oil from there. And I want to say that, man. I want to say that. Like, I'm not called planted for no reason. Like, I genuinely want to, this is like an ecosystem for the world to make you healthier, make you happier, make you a better person, make you the best version of yourself. So
Yeah.
those are sort of the things that are in my head right now. The logistics and the fulfillment side is really just on my head. Like, but it's not even a big part. It's not even a big part because, like, how many times do I fulfill? Twice in a month. That's like a couple days, But
the orders are getting bigger and bigger.
exactly, and then also maybe bringing someone else in for making, manufacturing, or potentially outsourcing that.
Yeah, I think my stance. We obviously had a private conversation about this a couple of days ago already, but yeah, now that I've had some time to think about that, like situation stroke problem. It's there isn't a right answer. Everyone will give you a different answer.
Yeah.
I think my personal lived experience when getting from, we've just broken 100K to, okay, we're now moving into 500,000, 7.
Yeah.
Because I think the big thing that is very important is at some point you need to flip costs that are presented to you and look at them as investments, not just as it's another cost and can I get it cheaper or can I do it more leaner. So I think lean methodology is great to prove something is right.
Yeah, of course.
But then there's we now need to, we have the opportunity to attack and become number one. And be that person or be that brand.
Yeah.
So it's more of it's a bit of an ambition play. Like, who do we want to be in a year's time?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's times where I haven't hired fast enough, and I'm just still going at the same pace, which is great. But like the pace could have like doubled down if we had went in. But you can also overshoot as well. So that is a factor you're going in, but you got to be in it to win it. Is the mindset I have. And the times that we have been like, you know what? We are going to get that camera person in to do that thing, or we are going to hire those PR people or those copywriters to do XYZ, rather than just go to them to just edit, but get them involved. That doesn't become a problem that you're dealing with anymore. You've got someone who's smarter than you, more skilled than you doing something, and you can do quality control. Yeah. And it allows you to just grow the business. So I think that's the opportunity cost that you're going to be juggling.
And the thing is, it's not even like a lean thing anymore.
Yeah, of course, but it's a process,
anymore.
right?
Yeah, it's not even a lean thing anymore. Like, now it's about feeling. So right now, the people that work for me, work with me. No one works for me. And that's absolutely fine with me now. They care as much, if not more. Like, my photographer planted like products to his weekend getaway, his Christmas weekend getaway. He filmed what's it called, the whole range, like at the bottom of a Christmas tree, and he was like, hey, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I love that.
Yeah,
I'm not forcing it. And my problem is, because I know how it feels, because I was in a company that I didn't care about, even though I was pushing the energy, ultimately because I didn't care. That's a part of the reason why I was out.
Yeah,
because it was like, anyway, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother thing. That's bare emotional. But I don't want people in this. I don't want their hands in it if they don't care.
Yeah.
And some things, outsourcing it might just be, oh, this is a money thing.
Yeah.
This is just another client.
Yeah.
I don't like that because I'd say 50% of the reason why I'm here is because of how my spirituality took place, like with growing the brand, like because I took so much detail with the name, that kind of thing, those feeling, that energy. That is another reason why it worked. That's why I got to where I am. It wasn't just I put in the action. No, I really manifested this, and I really visualized this, and I really made it happen.
So talking about visualization,
Yeah.
Manifestation, you wrote a really interesting post recently about not just journaling, but kind of storytelling and writing in third person about who you're going to be.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through a bit about how you approach visualization? Because I know there's a lot of different things people practice, but it'll be interesting to understand, how you manifest and how you visualize.
Yeah, so I script. It's basically called scripting. So it's as if like you're writing a script of your life before it's happened.
When did you learn how to do this? And
This was
why'd you do it?
real. This was so random, man. This was so random. So obviously, journaling and stuff. Okay, cool. But then I don't know how I stumbled across it. I think someone, a guy called Tej, said it, but not scripting. He was just saying like, oh, writing in, third person, or writing like as if you're a character and saying the things that you want to be. Okay, so that was like the first level of it. And then I don't know how I stumbled across scripting, but I remember searching up on YouTube and I seen all these women like saying like how they made $10,000 because they scripted in their journal, and I was like, what's going on here? And Sally, okay, I don't know who Sally is, but Sally was like, yeah, so this is exactly what I did. I wrote down like, I'm so grateful for God. So grateful for my family. I'm so grateful for my life and the fact that I'm able to do this now and do this now and do this now. So they're like projecting the life that they wanted out on paper. But I wanted to make it a little bit more like short term. A little too far. It was like a year, maybe 2 years. Those far goals. And I've always had like these far goals that I just never reached. So I was like, do you know what? Let's make it a little bit. And it might be unrealistic, but okay. Ultimately, it didn't look like we were going to hit 100K. Because we were at 55. We were at 56 or 57 deep that in October. End of October. That's where we were at. We made 44. No, we're around 60. Something like that. Yeah, around like 60 something. 44K in November, bruv. 30 of that just in one day. It was like, but September 6th, I wrote down, I'm so grateful. I can't believe I made 100K in 6 months.
Wow.
And I have the proof. And I dated all of them. Ever since I started scripting, because I wanted to come back and take it off. I wanted to come back and be like, no, I didn't just write this.
So your journal, like, you have a scripting book rather than a journal?
No, do you know what? I actually just have an everything book. It's like Ama's book.
Okay, cool.
It's not just like...
Does it have a different day every day? Is it a diary? Does it have a date every day?
No. It's just plain.
Okay,
Because yeah. I'll literally just date
And then
myself.
how do you know where to go back to? Do you put colours?
No, I don't. I just scroll. Like, I just literally go back, and see what happens. So I just went back and I was like, oh my God. I was actually taking a picture for someone else because they wanted to know how to script. Yeah. They wanted an example. And I know people want these.
I know you sent me a text, but
100%. Yeah. Because it's changed my life and just changed how like it's like almost now like a level of calmness in my, for my insanity. Like, oh, I'm so crazy to say this, but like now I'm trying to say that I'm gonna by my year's anniversary, I'm gonna hit 7.
Yeah. And
it's like that's now like insane.
What's the year anniversary?
That's June 22nd.
Wow,
that's insane. Like that is insane. That doesn't make any sense logically.
Yeah.
From 1 to what? Like that's $9,000 I have to make, guys. That's 900,000 grand.
It's not. It's 800.
It's like 873. That's still a lot of money. That's still a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the challenge to begin. And you know what? I'm also very happy not hitting it.
Yeah. And also it's like the other thing, you haven't even gone into other stuff that helps other businesses grow. So I know you've done some influencer collaborations, but you've not gone into paid media.
No.
You've not even done big press yet.
No.
You haven't even done big lives yet.
No.
So there's so much uncharted territory.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned,
even the influencers we work with, they're still on a smaller scale.
Yeah. And there's also the packaging and the branding.
Yeah, elevating all of that.
Even gone,
bruh. Do you know what I mean? Because, mate, when all of that elevates, I know people are going to, okay, the influencers are going to be like, okay, cool, I'm going to pay attention. I already know it. It's a bit scrappy right now. That's fine. I don't care. I'm not trying to be a aesthetics queen right now. Girl, when I enter, okay, then you're going to see. Guys too, and it's going to be gender neutral. And I'm going to figure out a way to hit both markets. Be like, okay, yeah, this is nice. This is real nice. But yeah, there's so much I haven't done yet. And it's funny because right now I'm writing down a note of all the things I haven't done. It's literally titled "Things I Haven't Done," and it's like already like a whole page long. I haven't done so many things.
And this is in a notepad.
No, this is on my notes, as in my my thingy notes.
Yeah.
Boy, it's tight. I got a lot to do.
But don't we all? Don't we all? The question I had was like, where do we go from here? So you've done 100K, 127.
Yeah.
We've mentioned we're going for the milli by June 22nd, 2021.
Yeah.
Energy.
Yeah.
There's obviously this list of things to do, but yeah, where do we go from here? Do you continue releasing more product, and like tackling more problem areas people have? Do you consolidate and just grow these 4 products you have? Because I'm sure you didn't know you were going to do 4 in June.
Funny enough, I did.
Oh, you did?
No, I did.
Okay, cool.
In May, I knew.
All
so
right.
the system was already coming. Like I said, I said problem solving, but also I like the system approach because that makes it easier. And there's always, it's never always, and I mean this by like, there's a lot of things in our lives that can't be done alone.
Yeah.
Like you can't just, shower. You have to brush your teeth as well. Do you know what I mean? And you can't just brush your teeth and shower. You have to cream your body as well. Like that's the morning system, It's like, okay, you can't just work out. You have to eat good as well. You can't just eat good. You have to sleep good as well. That's the system. That's that like fitness system. Okay. When it comes to wellness, there's always routine. But personally, I don't really like doing a lot of things. So like when I see like some of these skincare lot, they put like 150 things on their face before bed. I'm like, that's long. So let's make it realistic. Let's make it approachable. 3, 4, max 5. Right? So that's kind of the system approach that I have. So that was already in my head. Like, okay, I want to do this, this, and this. So that was written in May. May ending when I was like, yeah, let's make this into an actual brand because this is ghetto because it has no name and no label. Let's do that. And then I was like, yeah, let's create a system. But so everything will be system based. Whether it's 2, 3, 4, whatever.
We touched upon the fact that you only have like these 2 times in a month that you sell.
Yeah.
Why? Most people, they start, their business, their side hustle, and they're trying to capture the audience as much as possible. They're trying to get sales every day and smash it. Talk me through, what you call the scarcity approach to marketing.
So I basically saw some awesome people, Marie from Moonex Cosmetics, Near the Lock God from Near the Lock God Products, but also Greta Van Riel from The Fifth Watches do some really awesome stuff with the scarcity model. And I'm always about, I'm trying to be different at all times. Like, I don't like looking like other people, like, honestly. Which is why I always, growing up, I used to be like, oh yeah, I'm not your typical black girl. I'm so unpredictable. Like the things that I'm into, you're just like, how on earth are you? The combination of things that you're into just doesn't make any sense. And yet you're still black. Yes, because black is not a monolith, of course. But also, I'm like a melting pot of anything and everything I accept, of course.
Yeah.
So there's that. So then I basically was trying to figure out the best way to build demand very quickly and make a brand as sexy as possible. And that was it. That it just made sense. And now I understand a lot of people actually sell out. Realistically, yeah, you sell out. Okay, cool. But they don't do it with energy. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no energy. There's no oomph. There's no vigor to it. And then when you're relaunching, you just post, yeah, we're back in stock. What is that? Like, come on now. Like, you're back in stock. That's a celebration.
What's your vibe then when you're back
I'm like, no. I'm like countdown from 18 days, 20 days, like coming back. And I'm literally always talking about the countdown. Mostly on Instagram. I should obviously definitely do it on my email list a lot more, which is why I need to hire out so that I need to focus on the thing that matters. But yeah, I literally count down. I make it into an event. And I think I haven't even done as much as I could. I could do promo videos. I could do all sorts. Yeah, I could gas it so hard. I could make it so extra. I could really make it extra. I might even make the new and improved, new year, new me version of Planted. Like, we're just going to be extra right now. We're just going to do that. But yeah, we did the countdown, and then like towards like when it's like almost a couple of days away, people are like, I'm so excited. It's like yeah, and then the glorious time, yeah. So I make it even worse. So not only do I say you can't buy at all times, now you have to buy at 12 a.m. 12 a.m. a very obscure time, very obscure time, and I've had a few complaints like I'm a mother. I don't understand why it's at an ungodly hour. Like, can you push it? But it's like, no. Honestly, it was actually an experiment to see how committed people would be. And from the first drop, even though I didn't sell out, from the first drop, people were there at 12 buying. And I remember I'm making £500 in an hour, that first drop, and I was absolutely mind blown. And now,
How long? How many days did you have to work to earn that when you was employed?
bruh,
You know what I'm saying? Maybe
bruh,
a
do you know what I
week,
mean?
Maybe 2
Yeah,
weeks.
about a week and a half.
on.
Yeah, about a week and a half, and I'm just making that in an hour. I was like, it's just disgusting. Like, I didn't even know that was possible. Like, ecom did all wonders for my mindset, and then now I'm making like 10k in 10 minutes. It's crazy. Or 10k in like 15 minutes. It's just mad. Like, can you imagine? I was so gassed about the 500, like a 10k in 15 minutes. And then there's people out here like Nia making 100k in 13 minutes. Oh, man. It's just like crazy.
I think seeing stuff like that, it shows that it can be done. And I suppose a big benefit you're describing there with the scarcity approach is the fact that you're building a community and getting people to kind of want to come back, and understanding that, this product is something that it feels a bit exclusive. It feels like you get it. You can't just get it. If it's not, unless you know me personally.
Yeah,
you can't
exactly.
Just get it.
Exactly. And even if you know me personally, I have to be in the mood.
Not have it, yeah.
Yeah, I might have to be in the mood.
Have the start.
Yeah, and more time you're gonna get a no. It's like you sadly can't be better than other people. Like, even my cousin, who literally shares a room with me, bought on that restock. You know what I mean? Like, she respected it. Like, my family members respect it.
Yeah.
That please respect it too.
Yeah.
Unless I'm in the mood. But yeah, so, and then not only that, I had an extra layer. So this is what I learned from Greta, because basically what she used to do is shut down her site the night before. She just shut down her site the night before, and this is not wellness. She was selling watches. And she would basically send out a password to...
Oh, the watches even banging? Like, they're sick watches?
No, they're cute. I can't even lie. They're like very Daniel Wellington-esque.
Are they better than the 17th watches that Mr. Johnson used to make?
Ooh, well, I'm not going to comment. I don't really like those, to be fair. Actually, that's not my style. I really like the Daniel Wellington. I like the sleek.
Yeah.
Classy. I'm very minimalistic, so I don't really like all bulks and like things coming out of nowhere and blue ocean, someone surfing in the watch.
There's other watch brands that we talk about, but we ain't gonna say that. That's cool.
Yeah, ain't my cup of tea.
Yeah.
So they would only sell 5 days in the month or until sold out. So 25 days in the month, they're just lead generation, collecting emails, and also that emphasized to me, because I used to be email copywriter, but that also emphasized to me how important building a list is. And right now I'm almost at 5k on my list. I'm at 4.8 right now, literally as of today, and it's so sick because it's like, boom. Can you imagine how many people still haven't bought from me on that list? So there's other things I'm gonna do to hit as many people as possible in that list. So you know what? It's funny. I can already hit 200k potentially just from my list. Just from my list.
The bigger the list
this
gets,
is the point. This is why I'm like, do you know what? It's hilarious because we can hit it. Like, we can really hit this crazy goal. But so yeah, I put a password on, and for 8 hours exclusively, my mailing list get to shop. And now it's funny, them people that came way back in June, that it was selling out in 8 days. It sells out in hours.
Yeah.
And I can't wait until it sells out in minutes. I can't wait. Because you lot knew not to play with me from day.
Yeah.
And now that hard work is paying off.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I open it up to the public, all of a sudden, sold out.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, sold out. And it's like, well, you could have been one of the ones that was shopping hassle-free. I get like, within the first hour, I get like half my orders. Sick. So I got 680 orders as of last weekend, right?
Yeah.
300 of them was by 2 o'clock,
In the morning.
2 a.m. Can you even imagine that?
I can. It happened.
That is crazy. Oh no, you're so annoying. But like, can you imagine that? Like, that's how much they ride. This is why, like, my mailing list, man. I swear, like, I know everyone personally, but like as a collective, like,
Yeah.
the energy is there. Like, I love it.
Yeah. No, for real. That is very special. And what are your thoughts with other people who are maybe building or thinking to now build scarcity into their business model? Can this work in things that are not watches and hair product? Like, could for example, a clothing business or
They do it already.
a doggy shop?
They do
or
it
something?
already. The clothing brands do it already. Like, you know, the merch drops.
Yeah.
Like Anella Rose.
Yeah,
or what?
fair play.
That's not her merch.
Yeah,
but like that's like
the Supremes and
yeah,
the
that
Wells,
kind of thing.
Off-Whites,
It already works. The thing is,
Yeah,
it's like the fact that I saw it from a watch brand made me realize, no, this is just something anyone can do, but you just have to do it well. You just have to build the exclusivity, the excitement. It's the same way.
I suppose the difference I'm seeing, I don't know what the watch one is, but with the clothing, their drops is always a new product, and then sometimes it's a restock.
The watches is a new watch every month.
Yeah. Whereas yours is like the same product.
Yeah.
So it's just a
Because you need
restock.
it.
Yeah, you need
Yeah,
it.
you need
Whereas
it.
the other
You're
approach
finished.
is, but just for others, it's letting people know, even if you don't need it, it's just like, we're giving you new variants. And
Exactly.
then obviously there's pieces that become collectibles.
Yeah.
That people want to get in on.
Yeah.
I think Yeezy, they'll do it quite well.
Yeah.
They, have trainers that, it'll pop back up after 1 or 2 years.
Exactly. Yeah. So the thing is, you have to figure out. But like, so from Greta, because she's one of my favorite people on the planet. She just, the way she communicates how to market is just so sick, man. So she talks about 4 things that you can do to variate and to like differentiate yourself in the market. So
What are they?
functionality is one. So like, okay, that's a bottle of water, but can that bottle of water, I don't know, do something special? Like, it obviously cures my thirst, but can it also act as like, I don't even know, a face mask? I know it's so weird, but like, can that do that? So changing the functionality. Price, you can differentiate price. Obviously, higher prices means more exclusivity, just, psychologically. Time, when you can buy it, which is where the scarcity comes in. And then design. So that bottle of water is cute, but then there's the glass, like a Voss. A Voss just is just a little bit more sexy. Do you know what I mean? Just by design. And the thing is with design is like, it in some areas it's enough, but in others it's not. You have to know when that is. But so the 4, and you can do some combinations, but ultimately just changing up one of those 4 things added with like a decent USP on your part.
Yeah. Good copy.
Magic. Just magic. Which is why I'm saying most people focus on the wrong things, because how many people actually thought about these 4 things?
Well,
Not a lot.
I hope those listening now now do.
Yeah.
Which is powerful. No, that's powerful. That's real gems. That's something that someone can go take away, and definitely go follow Greta if you don't know her, if you don't follow her page. And Moonex and Nia, like, see their journey, see their approaches. Obviously follow Ama. Like, Ama's a G in this game. You have, I personally know this, like, you have a very intense approach towards learning. Like, it's a thing you enjoy. You don't avoid learning and kind of questioning and being curious. I know that you kind of referenced in the talk just now that, email marketing is something you did. Obviously now it's really useful for your business. Copy is something you've studied. Psychology is something you studied. Walk me through a bit some of the kind of side skills that you've been learning to help you become a better rounded entrepreneur for an e-commerce landscape.
Storytelling's been one. So even when I watch movies now, I actually write down some of the things that help me out, like in terms of how to better conceptualize the movie. What are the feelings and thoughts I got from it? What made me feel this way? Why did it make me feel this way? And also perception of life after watching it. So application to life. Reading poems and really short like text of like maybe excerpts of books and stuff has really helped, because that's helping me to build my my copy arm again, because I'm now, and the thing is, this was always a copy rule anyway, but ultimately you have to find a way to say the most powerful things in the least amount of words possible. So even Greta, I know I keep on talking about her, but I'm obsessed with her. She just came out with her newest brand. So she has 5 brands. Sick of her. She's just multi-millionaire, man. She's you and me. I'm just building that, like, just in one brand. That's why I called it Planted, innit? Like, I just want to do everything in one like umbrella. It's called Tomorrow's Sleep, and the slogan is mindful, not mindful. Like mindful, but not mindful.
Okay, cool.
Like, how did you like? But do you know how long it will take to get you to those 4 words?
Yeah.
So much.
Tomorrow's
So much.
sleep,
Mindful. It would take you so much to get to mindful, not mindful. It will take you so much. It's so annoying. You have to do so much research. You have to consume so much, and then you have to let your brain kind of piece things together. So I've just been studying people and then trying to naturally maybe come out with things like how to just say things really short, like how to say powerful things really short. So I've even been like, so I used to write poetry back in the day, like when I was a kid, like when I was a teenager. I'm trying to write that again, just again, bring up that muscle, because ultimately I'm trying to, right now, another thing that's lacking in the brand is like the real feeling of the brand, like the real feeling, like what I really intend it to be, like how the spirituality side of things, how nature connects us as humans and, you know, just as species, like human race, but also like just people who live, things who live on the earth. That's what I mean. We coincide, like we coexist basically. How do I evoke that? Because nature takes care of us all the time. Unfortunately, we don't take care of it back. And that's also another mission of mine as well, to get into the philanthropic side of things as well. So there's that, as well as I'm just trying to strengthen my arm on looking at trends. And I don't mean like TikTok trends or like that kind of trends. No, I mean customer human trends. Because ultimately the fact that I'm here is because I took on a trend, human trend of what was happening in COVID.
What was that?
Personal care went up.
Yeah.
Personal care and wellness went up.
It's going to continue going up.
And people were just, I looked at the research. I read the articles. I read the news reports of like how finance and the biking not the biking industry, but like something like obscure like that was going down, and wellness, beauty going up. What? What's going on here? Looking at that, I'm like, which is why I was like in a completely different venture before Planted. But I was like, okay, cool. No, I've come in at the right time. I'm not even gonna lie, man.
Yeah, it's a good time to be in wellness.
It's great time, and guess what? I always keep on saying it's gonna be the top. It's gonna be the top industry. I'm telling you now, because it will never change.
Yeah.
It will never change. Like, people will never change. People will always try and seek, you know, wellness for themselves, seek to be well. So it's a great business to be in because it's 100% biological. It's not trend. So I look for human trends, not like algorithm trends or like, here's, you know, Instagram's new feature that they stole from someone else. Yeah, those are some of the things I'd say, like, on my unique stack, as well as market research as well. That's like, I'm sorry. That is 100% got me here. Like, fam, I will stalk you so hard. I can tell you my customer inside and out. And not only that, just mental notes of what my customers say to me. Because ultimately, if you don't talk to your customer enough, then whatever you're doing just doesn't make any sense. Because even like the content that I'm pushing at now, so like a lot more educational content, it's literally just because every time people would approach me, they would always be asking about routine. They would be asking about, okay, so what do I do? How do I make this effective? Okay, so what's in it? Why is it working? And then this and that. So I'm just making them into posts. Yeah. So the next time someone says that to me, I just link them to the post. But then also these guys can save, and all of a sudden there's going to be one day where someone's got a Planted collection in their Instagram of just all these things, and they constantly go back, or they have like, I don't know, like a mood board of Planted stuff, and this is a part of their wellness stuff. you know. And I want to take it out of just hair. I want to now, like, okay, breathing exercises and are you okay, daily check-ins, because this is what I do, and ultimately this is feeding into the brand, but like I'm not telling my customers that. That's why I want to push more of like, I want to make you a better person rather than this is just hair care products, even though I'm not a hair brand anyway.
Yeah, for real. No, I like that. Legacy, talking about legacy, what do you want people to remember about you, remember about the impact of what you're trying to do? Like, what's your message out there for people who may have, you know, been made redundant in the last year, or those that are really struggling to get their first 100 customers? Yeah, so 2 questions. One is, what's the legacy? What do you want to be remembered for? And number 2 is, tell me a bit more about, like, just a message to close off for those who, can take inspiration from your story.
So the first question is it the redundant legacy? Sorry, I'm seeing my head right now. It's just so off. I need rest. Legacy, boy, I really want to be the girl who helped as many people as possible. Like, ultimately, and having fun doing it, you know, and having fun building these awesome businesses that ultimately just go right back to helping people. And also helping, I really care about the environment now for some reason, which is why sometimes I'm like, oh, planted saved me. Like, as much as I created it, like, it probably, like, created me in some way. Just because of how, like, we need it. Like, we actually need the earth, but, like, soon it's not going to be here the way we're going. And it's just little things, like, if you knew how deep this stuff runs, like, this statement might scare you, but like the fish that you might eat, that salmon you might eat, might have plastic in it, just because of the plastic problem.
Yeah,
you know, how is water a commodity? Because you lot fish too much.
Yeah,
you know, like, how zebras might be a stink next year. Like, what is going on here? You know, like, and I didn't even care about animals. I didn't even care about, like, as little as a dog. I couldn't care less because I grew up in a household where, like, what's that? Money, food, have a place to sleep, you know, like the necessities. Like, I didn't have time to be caring about animals growing up. But during this lockdown, and just like, okay, do you know what? Let's learn about where the hell am I? You know, this earth, what is this? What is this? Learning about it, and also understanding the crises. I was like, do you know what? I also want to be remembered as someone who not only traveled the world, experienced cultures, but also helped the world become a better place, and to help the world return to thriving and not dying. So helping people and then helping the earth too. That's really it. I'm gonna find as many fun ways to do it. That's because I ain't doing nothing I don't like. Okay. Which is why when I said I'm never getting a job again, I meant it.
Yeah.
So no one asked me for a job. Yeah, cool. And then second,
the message to people who
100 customers,
trying to get their first couple of customers, or who have just been made redundant. Like, first
and foremost, I wasn't made redundant. I was just flat out kicked out of the gaff. But if you have been made redundant or have lost your job, ultimately that does not define you. It does not define you. That place does not define you. It's not your soul. It is not your blood. Like, it has nothing to do with you. It was just a place you existed in that was just a short period of time. But that has nothing to do with your personality. That has nothing to do with your aspirations or your worth. Like, you, just as a person, that attributes all of that, you know. And you can change your life around just by thinking that you can, you know. Life will actually bring you the opportunities. Life will bring it. As soon as you start to believe that you are worth living a life that you want and you deserve, life will start to bring options, and you need to be prepared to pick. Because if you don't pick, then boy, because the best moments, you know, the best things for you, or the things for you, destined for you, will pass you by. They will pass you by if you don't want them. It's not going to stay around. You know what I mean? Like, I could have literally said no to the girl. What would my life look like now? Lol, it would look hilarious.
Yeah.
What would I be doing?
Writing.
I
You're
was
doing
say,
Twitter for
dude,
sure.
that's hilarious. What writing? What achieved? What I would. I literally could have been like, nah, I'm not doing that. That's long. Which is what another person would say. I'm not saying anyone specific, but someone would be like, ugh, that's long. That's work. So please just recognize what life is bringing you. And if it's not bringing you good things, it's because you're thinking bad things. It's because you're thinking bad things about life and about where you currently are, instead of just focusing on being in dreamland. I'm always in dreamland. I exist today, and my actions attribute to today only, but my head is just dreaming in like, oh, I'm going to live in my mansion. Like, I already know where my properties are going to be. I'm going to build a house in Bali. I'm going to build a house in Jamaica, Ghana. Here, I don't know about this country, but those specific places, like, I'm always like, I'm gonna make loads of money.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But today I'm like, I'm just doing this. First 100 customers. First and foremost, exploit your personal network. If what you do is remotely of interest to them, because that's what I did. I just happened to have something that my personal network wanted. You know, people like, my friends didn't support me. Like, my friends were like, what the fuck do you like? I need to get this in my hands right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I need hair growth. I need edges.
Yeah.
I too suffer. Please. But if you don't, you're just gonna have to reach out to people. I'm so sorry. Reach out to strangers from the brand account or your personal account. I used to do that. I did it. I did it. That first couple of months, I was generally going onto like similar pages, not necessarily similar brands, not all the time, more so like theme pages or like community pages. Going to community pages, looking at people and literally going to DMs like, hey, hi, my name's Ama. Nice to meet you. Just want to reach out because, you know, I looked at your Instagram and you look like you're killing it, or like your hair's amazing. I actually have this brand right now that we're solving these problems. Check it out and follow me personally. I'd love to chat. Like, I love to connect. So not salesy, just so human to human situation. Do you know how many customers are still here today because I DM them?
How many?
Fam, like 30, bruv.
Wow.
And that was
Hundreds of DMs.
That was like hundreds of DMs as well. Like, bruh, some people are like, oh, check it out. And then when they see you doing well, oh, they come. It's a long and a short term play.
Yeah.
But I'd say definitely look at your personal network or friends of.
Yeah, friends of friends.
Friends of friends, friends of family.
Yeah.
See who'd be interested. Because ultimately they're also helping to validate.
Absolutely.
Which people don't do. No.
And you weren't doing the, let me send you something for free because
that's wild. No, I wanted you to feel it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I wanted them to use it.
Yeah.
Because when you get stuff for free, you ain't gonna use it. Do you know what I mean? So like, I just charged a mini £9 for it.
Yeah.
And I was making no money off of that. But it was like, I what's it called? I made.
So you giving them a special link to get a £9 one.
You know what I did? I made a
Gumroad.
I made a Gumroad website.
Oh, yeah, for
free.
Yeah, was it free?
Yeah. No. The Gumroad website was free.
Yeah, so they could get the oil.
Yeah.
And then you had an audience from who knew to purchase from Gumroad. Not
on Instagram. No, this was all on Instagram. I didn't push any of it. So I have an audience on Twitter, but I didn't push any of it on Twitter. Only Instagram, which was the 1,000 followers of my friends.
Yeah.
I was no Ama was for. Oh my gosh, Ama's Ama. There was none of that. Not then. Now people follow me for that, but even still, I'm only like 2K.
Yeah.
Whatever, but yeah.
Yeah, stop. I love that. This was really, really good. Thank you so much for all the energy.
Yeah, man.
The banter, the conversations. I'm sure someone listening has definitely taken multiple gems. I've literally got, I think, 4 pages worth of notes. Even though I'm going to play this back and watch it, but it's still a great thing to learn.
Yeah.
And yeah, like June 22nd, 2021, here we
It's
come.
madness, isn't it? Oh my days. Shoo. Figure out how to do that now. The reverse engineering of it.
Right, guys, this has been another episode. Check out thisisplanted.com. Sign up on the newsletter if you want to be part of that 8-hour exclusivity when she next drops. I'm a personal fan of the product. Peace.